Hey, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is the Temple of You because it's all about you. And my name is Derek Swain. And today I want to talk about self transformation. And I want to give you 3 steps through self transformation. So I'm creating this video so you can learn 3 simple steps how to create your own reality, how to live life by your means and by what you desire. And I want to share with you guys how I got started. Primarily, if you know me, you know what I've gone through, but I've overcome poverty. I've overcome just the basic stress of life, overcome the anxiety, the stress, the fears, and simply just by giving it to my mind, simply by following these steps to now control and create every single day and enjoy every single day. Life is abundant when you are abundant. But from the age of 13, 17, I was in group homes, in and out of juvenile hall, constantly finding myself in positions that I just knew I shouldn't have been in. I became a father at a young age. And, that was even hard. I tell people all the time, I've never seen a full check to myself. I've always been paying child support, which is perfectly fine with me. I take care of my kids and do everything that I can in my best of my ability. But I had to learn these things and I had to overcome a lot of just things in life that comes and, it could bring you down. A lot of people I know kind of struggle with a lot of things that I went through. And so I want to be able to give you guys a simple way of being. And how this information changed my life, I began to just trust myself. I began to believe in everything that my mind comes up with and believe in everything that I want to do and trust that I can make it no matter what. I don't focus on the how and I don't focus on the when. I just get to do what I love. And I think we all deserve to have that. And in this, I pretty much discovered my passion to help people. So that's pretty much why I'm creating this channel, or I'm creating this video to help you guys learn how to transform, how to be whatever it is that you want and have whatever it is that you want by simply just using your mind. We will get deeper and deeper and deeper, but we got to start with the basics, right? We got to give you guys a foundations to begin to operate off of. And then once you have that foundation, you can grow. So we're going to start with basically the things that I did and how I found this and been able to manifest real estate deals, manifest just being my life, right? What we got to understand is not everyone's goal is to be rich. Mine was just simply to be able to wake up every single day and enjoy what I want to do. For a long time, I worked a lot of jobs that I just simply was not happy with. I was highly depressed, and then just clearly didn't have a clear way didn't have a clear way on how I wanted to go about life. So the reason why I'm doing this is so that we can all have a clear-cut vision to where we want to go and what we want to do. Because I truly believe if we focus on ourselves and we grow for ourselves, the world will become a better place. What's that saying? You can't change the world until you change yourself. Here it is. So the first step to self-transformation is giving your mind a foundation to operate off of. The first step is being able to rely on a set base principles through any situation you can move and operate off of. And where that started for me was Your Wish is Your Command. What is Your Wish is Your Command? It's a 12 CD audio series by Kevin Trudeau. And literally it's a how to apply the law of attraction, not what the law of attraction is, but how to apply it to your life, because it's been hidden from us. It's been completely kept under wraps so that the general public could not benefit from it. And that lets you know how weak these people are, because they had to keep something secret so that they didn't have competition. But if you know your creation and you know what you can do, you wouldn't be afraid of competition. So Kevin Trudeau gives you 5 basic principles how to be, do, and have whatever it is that you want. And these 5 basic principles, I will go deeper into. I will go, because I'm telling you, what Kevin Trudeau says in Your Wish is Your Command is when you know you've mastered these 5 basic principles, you want to learn just a little bit more. And so you're just going to keep learning, keep growing. And it's just a beautiful process, but I will get deeper into that. One of the things you can also do, so there's Your Wish is Your Command. There's Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. There's Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's Kevion Sturdivant, these stories that you can find on the internet, on YouTube, these stories are stories that you can hear of people that dealt with some trauma, that dealt with some hardships in life, especially Dr. Joe Dispenza, who completely was in an accident and severed his spine and was able to heal by just using thought alone. So it's literally so much information out there about personal development that you guys can start researching and start just gaining a basic understanding on how to heal, how to grow, and how to be, do, and have whatever it is that you want. Because that's what all these people are sharing. It's tons of information out there that you guys can start researching on. But I highly recommend starting with Your Wish is Your Command, because what most of these people are talking about, Your Wish is Your Command, is teaching you how to do it. So here are some basic books that you guys can use to get started. So everyone talks about this book a lot, The Greatest Secret. And this book is literally like, this book tells you what Kevin Trudeau in Your Wish is Your Command is teaching you. So this is literally giving you like what you will experience after you become aware of yourself and you become aware of your divine mind. So this is a great book to read, The Greatest Secret. Honestly, I meant to grab this book first, but it is what it is. I actually, just so you can understand what it is that you are, what's inside of you. This book breaks down every single thing, brain waves, chakras, so many different examples of people that went through traumatic situations and was able to overcome that and begin to heal from within. And it's a natural healing, holistic healing. You know, you don't need doctors, you don't need pills. This is all from your divine mind. And this is what it is. So this is a basically symbol of your pineal gland. And I'm gonna get deeper into that. I don't want to get too much, but as you can see, these two wings, that's the heaven. If you don't find heaven here, you won't find it nowhere else. And I'm going to break it down. We're going to get so much deeper, but this is a good read. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. I'm trying to get it out the light so you guys can see what that is. Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. All right. This next book is The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, and Kevin Trudeau will give you an episode in CD 12. Kevin Trudeau will give you a book list, and this is one of the books, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And this book, man, will simply give you a foundation on how to achieve success. You know, a definite purpose, self-confidence, initiative and leadership, imagination, action, enthusiasm, self-control. So these are all a guide to find success, but it's determined by you, determined on what you feel is success. Because it's not about getting rich. It's not about having all these abundance of money. That's only if you want that. If you don't want that, if you just want a job that you feel fulfilled and you feel happy with, that's your path. That's your destiny. It's up to nobody else but you. So this is a great read. I highly recommend. And then this book right here, I mean, it says it on the title. It takes what it takes. So no matter whatever it is that you want to do, I don't care what it is, no matter whatever it is what you want to do, it takes what it takes. This book will give you examples and information. This is written by Trevor Moawad, which was Russell Wilson's mental coach. Rest in peace. He actually passed away. But this is such a great read, because no matter what you go through, no matter what you do, you begin to just simply understand that it takes what it takes, no matter what it is. Like, if you want to be a doctor, understand it's going to take 10 years of schooling to become that doctor. It takes what it takes. Same as being a lawyer, same as being a real estate agent. You have to get education. You have to go through a certain process to get to where you want to go. And it takes what it takes, shows you that process. I mean, this is mostly based on a lot of sports, which I think is great, because you know what you have to do and go through to just be a pro athlete. So this is a great read. And I just really just want to take this time to say, none of this matters. Watching this video, reading these books, listening to Your Wish is Your Command, it won't matter unless you do the work and you apply the information. I'm so thankful that I learned so I listened to Your Wish is Your Command, and I did the work first before I started connecting the dots, before I started reading the books, before I started meditating, right? I started simply giving my mind a foundation, giving my mind a place to operate off of so I can start to find that clarity within my mind. And I truly believe this is how you begin to get to the next step, which I will explain in a little bit. But I want you guys to check out this video. But first, to start giving your mind a foundation, you listen to your wishes, your command. You start reading some books to hear examples and other people that have achieved these things. All right, and then the next thing we want to do is affirmations and gratitude. I am are the two most important words in this universe, and you get to decide what you put behind I am. So I wake up every morning and start telling yourself, I am thankful, I am happy, I am lucky, I am awesome, I am amazing, I am magnificent, I am whatever it is that I choose to be. I used to tell myself, I am a great real estate agent. I am an honest real estate agent. I get the job done. I am whatever it is that I choose to be. You start telling yourself, you start feeling that, right? The next thing is gratitude. Gratitude is a high vibrational frequency. So when you start just saying what you're thankful for, the universe will give you situations, circumstances, and events to be thankful for. So start just waking up in the morning, be thankful for the most simplest things, because you're going to thank somebody that's going to hold the door open for you. You're going to thank somebody for doing a favor for you. So start just thanking yourself. There's so many things that you've overcome. There's so many things that you do on a daily basis. You get up and go to work, you pay your bills, you take care of your kids, you take care of your responsibilities. Start thanking yourself for that. Start holding in your power and stop putting it outside of yourself. Start thanking yourself. Even if you clean your butt good, start thanking yourself that, hey, bro, like you got in there this morning. You feel me? Like, start thanking yourself for the most simplest things and watch you start to just feel more thankful, more gratitude about this life. This life works for you, not against you. But let's start understanding how our mind works and control our reality by just using thought alone. And I'm going to show you guys a video that's going to tell you what your brain is, but this is not something like, oh, to do surgery or anything. I'm not a doctor. This is about learning about how your engine works. Let's check it out.
In the brain, in the cranium, there is the cerebrum. And in the cerebrum, and in particular the claustrum is sitting right there in the middle of the head, virtually. From the claustrum, there is a secretion, brain fluid. And this fluid is an oil. And in ancient times, this fluid was called, in Greek, it's called Christos. It's called the Christ. It's this beautiful fluid which comes from the cerebrum and pours down the spinal cord. It goes down the spinal cord and it reaches the sacral plexus, right next door to the sacrum, which are the 5 second bottommost fused vertebrae bones at the bottom of the spinal column. The bottommost portion of the spinal column is called the coccyx. Then just above that is the sacrum. 5 fused bones. So the sacral plexus is connected to the sacrum. And the fluid which comes from the cerebrum pours down the spinal cord and comes to the bottommost part of the spinal cord. Now, the claustrum is otherwise known as the holy claustrum, simply because of this beautiful oil, this Christos, that is produced and secreted. You see, the word secret comes from secretion, because this secretion is a secret. And the sacrum is the sacred part of the secret. As the secretion pours down the spinal cord and reaches the sacrum, this is the marvelous way in which our body has been designed. And the spinal cord is basically just an extension of the brain. It also does thinking. And you see, the holy claustrum is otherwise known as the Santa Claustrum. You see, because this fluid that goes down to the sacred plexus is a sacred fluid. And this is where the story of Santa Claus bringing presents down the chimney comes from. It's a story of physiology. And the Bible is a beautiful manual of physiological regeneration.
Hear that?
What happens with this fluid is that every month when the moon is in the...
So that's just a thumbnail sketch of a thumbnail sketch telling you what you are, but we're going to go a lot deeper into that in other videos. The next step to self-transformation is meditation. So once you have given your mind a foundation to operate off of, you begin to find that clarity within your mind. Meditation is the next step. I started meditating with just 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, and you start working that up, right? Now I can meditate. The longest I meditate is probably about 2 hours, but it's not about that, right? But it's building. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. So now that you've discovered the foundation, you begin meditating. We are going to use the meditation technique from Dr. Joe Dispenza called the blessing of the energy centers. And I'm going to share with you guys a quick video, but I will explain to you, these are energy centers within your body. They're called chakras. Chakra, however you want to say it. The chakras in your body has energy. In all of our lives, because we were unaware of how our bodies work and how these chakras work. Chakra is a Sanskrit word for wheel. So right now our wheels are stuck. They're not spinning. They're not doing anything. So once we start to get that wheel spinning, the healing process begins, because we've been so outside, and now it's time for us to go within. Let me share with you guys, before I get too deep, let me share with you guys this video. It's just the basics of the blessing of the energy centers. So let's check it out.
Now, I teach the blessing of the energy centers in this way because I want energy to move up a channel very freely in your nervous system. And as energy moves up that central axis of your spine, the electrical charges that are moving up down that fiber optic cable actually produce a tube of light. And that tube of light has been called the prana tube by yogis for thousands of years. And the prana tube is more light when there's more energy and a greater frequency moving up and down. Are you with me still? And everything we do, see that body over to the right? There's frequencies that are associated with each one of those energy centers. And there's nothing wrong with those energy centers. They just have to be in balance, in coherence, in order. Now, we teach this way so that the body can produce light and energy, emit more information, so that when you create and you sit down to do it, it's a natural reflex. You're priming your body this whole week for this to become more natural. And I took a ride with one of my friends from the airport, and she's having these spontaneous mystical experiences. I didn't do anything. Of course you're not doing anything. You've done enough. And when the soul is finally getting over the past, and we have people in this work that have had turbulent, abusive pasts, and the only thing they want to do is get over it. And when you get over it, all of a sudden the soul goes, boy, do I have a surprise for you. just keep going, and I'm just going to arrange some really fun stuff. And so it becomes a natural side effect. We're priming the body, we're priming a pump, we're making different blocks. You don't think that there's memory stored in those brains, just like memory stored in this brain,
Right.
that you have to shake loose. You don't think there's emotions stored in the body that need to implicit be released. And people start doing this work, and all of a sudden that energy starts to move, and there goes 25 years of guilt right up into pure energy into their brain, and their abdomen is contracting, and all of the body is releasing. It's not something they can stop it if they want to, but why would you want to? And when they keep relaxing and surrendering into it, it turns into joy, it turns into freedom, it turns into bliss, it turns into gratitude, it turns into grace.
Right.
They're free. Body's no longer living as a 5-year-old kid or a 9-year-old kid. The conscious memory is not there, but it's in the body. And the body all of a sudden releases it, and now the soul goes, "Oof, we're free, let's go."
Let's
And all of
go.
a sudden the side effect of it is mystical moments, just inappropriate sometimes. You have a roommate, or you're in the grocery store, or you're at a party and you're dancing, and the next thing you know, you're wah, you know. But let me tell you, who knows what enlightenment looks like in this room? You think it looks a certain way? It can happen in any way. So the blessing of the energy centers are contact points.
Mm.
When I have digestive problems because I'm eating at night when I should be eating in the day and I'm on the wrong time zone, I sit up and I only have a few minutes. Where do I go? I go right to my third center and I work with it. It's my aspirin. It's my digestive.
And that was the blessing of the energy centers. And long story short, what we're trying to overcome is your ego. Your ego has been clouded, has been placed over you, basically over your soul, just throughout your years of living and throughout life. For me, man, just being completely honest, I was never a thug. I was never really into that criminal lifestyle, but because of my environment, because of the people that I was around, and because of my father, I thought that's how I was supposed to be. I was putting myself in situations that I didn't really want to be in. But because I thought I needed to be tough, because I thought I needed to fit in with this society, I was doing things that was putting me outside of myself. And the more that we start to get back in tune with ourselves, the more we can start healing this ego and start being aware. It's like killing the negative ego and becoming aware of the positive ego, the positive side of ourselves. So this is how we self-heal. This is the beginning process to begin to heal through this entire life that we've just been falsely living, not doing what's best for ourselves. A lot of us, you won't quite understand this until we start to get deeper into it. But your conscious mind, we're only operating off 5%. And the rest of the 95% is our subconscious mind. So a lot of things, the way you react, those are just developed habits. The way that we live, the way you react when things impact your emotions, and it's simply you outside of yourself. Ego is edging God out. But it's time to come back into our divine essence and understand what we are. Stop believing and start knowing ourselves. So the third step to self-healing is trusting your perception. Kevin Trudeau says when you've mastered the basics, you want to learn just a little bit more. But now when you learn, you're only learning through your own perception. You're only using your own mind and your own thinking to control and create your reality. I'm going to break down those 5 basic principles because that's how you begin to create your own reality. And I'll share with you what those are, but I'm going to do a video that's going to break it all down for you. The first step is, who do you listen to? Or the first principle is, who do you listen to? The second principle is the teachability index. The third principle is the training balance scale. The fourth principle is the 4 steps you go through when learning information or new information. The fifth principle is mastering these 4 basics. And these are strictly mental foundations. And I promise you, the more you do the work, the more you will start to trust your perception. It's not about listening to what other people have to say. It's about you. Because Kevin Trudeau says, when your attitude is right, the facts don't count. Because facts are just other people's opinions. Most cases, facts are just other people's opinions. So it's time for us to take our power back, know ourselves, and continuously dive deeper in who we want to become, because it's up to you, not nobody else. So these are the 3 steps to self-transformation. Giving your mind a foundation and listening to your wishes, your command, to understand how this universe works, how your mind works. And I will go deeper into that lecture. Then it's the blessing of the energy centers, your meditation. The meditation is the key to finding your soul. We have to heal our chakras from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. And it's not hard. The crazy thing is, the biggest secret is how easy all these things are. You just have to do it. But all of our lives, we weren't told and given instructions how to physiological regenerate ourselves. And the third step is strictly trusting yourself. Now that you've given your mind a foundation, you've found your soul, and you found that divine essence within you, the third step is now trusting that divine essence, trusting yourself, trusting your mind, trusting your own wisdom and guidance, and doing the work to be, do, and have whatever it is that you want, because you deserve it. It's up to you, nobody else. This is your life. This is your experience. And it's just as simple as that. You guys know, man, I'm Derek Swain. This is the Temple of You, because it's all about you. And I just want you guys to know, you guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook at Derek Christ 777 on Instagram. Feel free to message me. That's where I can respond quicker. But most importantly, man, I just want you guys to know it's all about you. We will go deeper into what I've been talking about, but this was just an introduction, the 3 steps to self-transformation. You guys take it easy.